Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2016 Mayor's Award Celebration. A celebration of all of you, our commissioners, committee members, and task force representatives. This evening, we honor all of the wonderful work you do to make Pleasanton the amazing place it is, and to celebrate your accomplishments over the last year. The City Council relies heavily on the people you see around you. Concerned citizens that take a deep interest in topics that affect our quality of life, our recreation, and our general well-being. These people come together for the betterment of the community and to give selflessly their time and attention to issues that concern all of us. So let's take a brief look at what your commissions, committees, and task forces do and some of the wonderful things they've accomplished over the last year. One of the groups that's on the move the most is the Bicycle, Pedestrian, and Trails Committee. This group is the principal steering committee with review and oversight for the ongoing Pedestrian and Bicycle Master Plan update. The proposed plan should be completed sometime in December. When a new development is planned from the ground up, the Bicycle, Pedestrian, and Trails Committee is on the job reviewing plans and making sure that walkers and bike riders are well represented. The Essex project is a great example of just what the BPTC does best. The bike improvements they recommended are now being implemented on Willow Road and Owens Drive as part of the Essex project. Keeping our roadways safe for bikers and walkers and making recommendations for future improvements are all part of the BPTC's main focus. As part of that goal, the committee provided valuable input on the Stanley Boulevard reconstruction project and the downtown parking strategy plan. They say public art says a lot about the community. Well, if that's the case, we're a wonderfully diverse and colorful community surrounded by interesting and aesthetically pleasing works of art. The Civic Arts Commission is primarily responsible for guiding the city's art in public places and future acquisitions. 2 new wonderful pieces of art were added this year to our growing inventory of art in public places. Goldie, a whimsical 3-dimensional sculpture of one of our feline friends, placed outside the Valley Humane Society, and On the Count of 3, a beautiful bronze depicting a family enjoying time together, placed at the library. Now that Project Paintbox is well established with 11 creative and inspiring pieces of functional art, 4 more of the more than 200 traffic signal boxes have been approved this year to receive this wonderful treatment. These colorful works of art bring happiness and joy to intersections all over the city. But art is not limited to sculpture or painting. Poetry is also one of the fine arts that was encouraged by the Commission this year. 2 events were held this year that brought our teen poet laureates into the spotlight. The first was a wonderful program that shared our senior population's experiences with poetry with the younger generations. The 2 groups mixed poetry readings with life experiences, all set to live music played by the students from Foothill High School. More than 30 Ridgeview Common residents participated in this wonderful generational experience. In April, our teen poet laureates had the opportunity to select 25 works from more than 175 submissions by middle school students in Pleasanton as part of the Middle School Poetry Contest. The winners read their poems live on stage at the Firehouse Arts Center and had their winning poems bound and presented as part of the event. One of the highest profile projects for the Civic Arts Commission was their work with the veterans on the Veterans Memorial to be placed at the Pioneer Cemetery. The Public Arts Subcommittee, the Civic Arts Commission, and the Parks and Recreation Commission all worked with the veterans to finalize the design and choose the location on the site. The veterans took on the difficult task of fundraising the $300,000 needed to construct the memorial, and the work began in July. The memorial will be dedicated on Veterans Day weekend this year. There is no greater calling than to honor those that helped keep our country safe and free. The veterans that served and are now interred in the Pioneer Cemetery will have the highest honor the community can bestow upon them: a permanent memorial reminding all of us of the contributions of military service. The time it takes to manually read a water meter and to get that information in the form of a water bill to a customer is enormous. Being able to almost instantaneously read a water meter and have that information available to the customer would seem like something out of science fiction. Well, the Committee on the Energy and Environment have been busy helping make that science fiction a reality. The city's new automated metering infrastructure, or AMI, will give our customers the ultimate in up-to-the-minute information regarding their water consumption and will help them manage our most precious resource. The committee was instrumental in reviewing the proposed technology and the community outreach for the project. The City Council approved the project in June, and the water meters and related technology installation began in August. Along with the automated metering, recycled water was also among the accomplishments of the committee this year. The Ken Mercer Sports Park was connected to the Purple Pipes, along with the Tennyson Community Park and the Hacienda Business Park. This system will save more than 1 million gallons a day of drinking water that would have otherwise been used for irrigation. The economic health of our community is paramount to our success. The Economic Vitality Committee is a group that advises the City Council on trends and issues that affect Pleasanton's business community, as well as guiding the implementation of the Economic Development Strategic Plan. From promoting Pleasanton as an excellent location for business to planning for infrastructure to sustain the city's competitive environment, the EVC's pledge is to help provide high-quality public services and amenities to our community. This year, the EVC, in partnership with Innovation Tri-Valley, showcased Pleasanton's business assets in a State of the Tri-Valley event. Focused on attracting new companies and retaining our current businesses, the event brings the EVC's efforts front and center. To bring additional attention to the strength of Pleasanton's commercial community, with the support of the EVC, the city sponsored several events throughout the year. Among these, the annual Innovation Forum and the newly created Game Changers Award help shine a bright light on how our companies are leaders in their industry. Small businesses make up more than 99% of our local business. Independent companies with less than 100 employees make sure that out of every $100 spent in our community, 46 of those dollars stays in our community. The Economic Vitality Committee spent time focused on supporting those small businesses and acknowledging the contributions they make to our community. Reaching out to our community with helpful insights on dining, shopping, and spending time in Pleasanton is the InPleasanton.com website's main focus. The site recently received an updated look and widened its social media footprint to better serve our residents and visitors. The quality of life in our city is directly related to the housing that's available to our residents. The Housing Commission has the task of initiating and pursuing affordable housing projects and programs that promote a broad range of housing opportunities in Pleasanton. One of the main focuses of the Commission last year were 3 affordable housing agreements for developments to be built with Ponderosa Homes and the approval of the Irby Ranch Development Project. This exciting project includes a partnership with the nonprofit Sunflower Hill. This wonderful organization helps expand services and housing opportunities for persons with special needs. In addition to reviewing the annual operating budgets for Ridgeview Commons Senior Housing Development, the Commission reviewed the final financial statement for the Pleasanton Housing Authority's Cottinger Place. In March of this year, the project was transferred to Mid-Penn Housing, and the first of 130 units began construction as the new Cottinger Gardens project. The Commission also made funding recommendations to the City Council for projects through the Housing and Human Services Grant Program, totaling more than $250,000 in federal home and lower-income housing funds. The Housing Commission worked closely with the Cottinger Redevelopment Task Force on their final meeting for the Cottinger Place project. Mid-Penn Housing reviewed the project goals and milestones with the task force, and construction of the project began in March of this year. Making sure those that want to participate in city programming and identifying possible barriers to that participation is one of the goals of the Human Services Commission. As part of that goal, the HSC provided oversight on the city's Fee Assistance Program, a program that allows eligible residents to receive financial assistance to help offset the costs to participate in the city's community services programs and activities. The past year saw the participation of 124 residents that would otherwise not be able to take part in city programming. The Human Services Needs Assessment Strategic Plan is a dynamic document that guides the focus of all the activities related to human services. Action item number 2 of the plan is all about community engagement. So the Human Services Commission was delighted to send representatives to 3 nonprofit organizations. P-Town Life Resource Network, providing resources, referral information, and networking opportunities in the interest of serving youth and families. The Tri-Valley Anti-Poverty Collaborative, raising awareness about the hidden poverty in the Tri-Valley and helping connect donors to volunteers for local nonprofits. And All In Alameda County, helping to remove the barriers that prevent individuals and families from achieving financial self-sufficiency. Among all the other duties of the Human Services Commission, recommending grant applications for vital health and social services to our community is high on the list. This year, the Commission reviewed 30 grant applications totaling over $900,000. One of the most visited buildings in the city is the library. Over 500,000 people take advantage of our great facility each year, so it's no wonder that the Library Commission has been working with the staff on a library strategic plan. The plan will provide a clear direction for the future of the Pleasanton Public Library and how it will grow to meet the future needs of the community. To keep all the commissioners up to date on the vast array of programs and services the library offers, the library staff continuously updates the commission on its current offerings, so the commissioners will always have the best possible information to provide during their community activities. You know we're in the home stretch of construction when the large earth-moving equipment is gone and the smaller crews start to move in. The Bernal Community Park Phase 2 is moving toward completion with the installation of the synthetic fields and the 40-acre oak woodland. To get this wonderful amenity to become a reality, the Park and Recreation Commission worked closely with all of the local sports groups to develop a fundraising campaign that would offset some of the construction costs to help make this park a reality. The Play Bernal fundraising campaign and its 8,000 youth sports participants and 3,000 families have raised more than half of the $2 million pledge. As the fundraising continues, 2 major donors step forward to help make this park a reality: Patelco Credit Union and Stanford Children's Health. In recognition of their contributions to the project, the new sports complex will be named the Patelco Sports Complex, and one of the fields will be named the Stanford Children's Health Field. The new complex will feature 3 lighted synthetic turf fields for year-round play and much-needed play space for youth practices and games. The park is scheduled to open to the public later this year. Dogs are the family's best friend, and Pleasanton is about to get a great place for dogs. In 2014, the Park and Recreation Master Plan identified a need for a new off-leash dog park. The park will include 1.5 acres of fenced dog play area, a small dog area, dog drinking fountains, shade structures, dog agility structures, trees, trash receptacles, and a dog waste station. The park is adjacent to the Marilyn Murphy Cane Trail and will have an improved and enlarged parking lot to serve the area. Since the dog park has no name, the city is sponsoring a Name the Park contest. The winner will be recognized in an upcoming council meeting and will be honored at the dedication of the park. One of the major contributors to the look of the city is the Planning Commission. They oversee all the major development projects in the city and make recommendations to the developers on how to make their projects the best fit for Pleasanton. One of the largest projects that was recommended for approval is the Workday campus on Stone Ridge Mall Road. This project includes more than 400,000 square feet of office space, a new police services station, a public plaza, and a new pedestrian and bike promenade from Stone Ridge Mall Road to BART. Some of the smaller projects that were recommended for approval are a 2-story mixed-use project at the corner of St. Mary's and Peters Avenue, Alteri, a 3-story, 19-unit housing project by Ponderosa Homes on Spring Street, and the Centerpoint project on Bush Road. All of these projects were recommended for approval and are now under construction. The future of our community lies in the hands of our youth, so it was no surprise that the Youth Commission brought forward a proposal to ban smoking in all city parks and trails. The Youth Commission formed a public policy subcommittee to look into the city's current smoking restrictions and conducted surveys to assess tobacco use in Pleasanton. As part of that survey, the subcommittee went out and collected cigarette butts in Amador Park and the Ken Mercer Sports Park to assess tobacco use in our parks. The subcommittee presented the findings of the survey to the Youth Commission and the Park and Recreation Commission for recommendation to the City Council. In July of 2015, the City Council adopted the ban on smoking in parks and trails. To recognize the efforts of the Youth Commission, the Embarcadero Media Group East Bay Division awarded the Environmental Stewardship Tri-Valley Heroes Award to the City of Pleasanton's Youth Commission. In February 2015, the City Council authorized the formation of the Civic Center Library Master Plan Task Force, with a goal of exploring options and making recommendations that would help create the Civic Center Library Master Plan. A plan that will guide the creation of a new, all-inclusive Civic Center and combine all the government services of the city into one new campus-like setting. Over the last year, the task force has selected the preferred location, the Bernal Community Park, the preferred site plan, and they've had professional guidance from industry leaders on future-proofing facilities and making sure they will meet the needs of not only today, but the needs long into the future. The city staff will now take the plan to various commissions and committees for review of the project and then make a final presentation to the City Council by year's end. The next steps will be receiving direction on financing of the project and a timeline for voter approval. The work of this task force will benefit the community for generations to come. Once a year, the dedicated and devoted members of these great commissions, committees, and task forces assemble to be recognized for their outstanding contributions. The work all of you do is invaluable to our community, our way of life, and our future. Without all of you, Pleasanton wouldn't be what it is today or what it will be tomorrow, one of the greatest cities to call home. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations on a job well done.